Hello everybody. I have to keep chewing that. Chris Wood here. How's everyone doing tonight? I just jumped on for a few minutes to say that this identity theft changes that I've been going through, which I have been proven over the course of 4 years, from one Bill Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Legg, Jason Van Alstyne, Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, and others around Napanee who are using what is called R&M on me. Back in 2019, August of 2019, I was shot by the o.p.p chief, and after that it began the lies, the time buying, the cover-ups, arrest refusals, the kidnapping, the sex assaults, blood and piss stealing, the medical blacklisting, the false arrest, treatment refusals, and a whole lot more. Stalking of my mother and being killed, both of my dogs killed, arson attempts on previous address, death threats, along with what I've been going through. Being surrounded, hands-on guns to prevent arrest on anyone, being stopped and prevented every step of the way. My legal rights, my human rights, and my medical rights have been taken from me. And because of this R&M, this is how I am going through this identity theft and change. And it also enables invasive surveillance on me. Basically like a hologram over top of me. As crazy as that may sound, it is 100% true, but this is how I am. This is how all of this is happening to me, including this serious burning and EMFs and radiation I'm going through that is shrinking my damn skull to change my fucking head. Well, I am being broadcasted through by these pieces of shit who are basically using me like a second skin. They are drug traffickers, human sex trade, slavery traffickers. They are working with them for o.p.p for drugs, money, and drop charges. Once again, Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, Blair Hardy, Tyler Legg, Jason Van Alstyne, Ray LeBlanc, a Robert Berry, a Jimmy Perry, a Bert Hustler, a Maggie Falls. Ontario Provincial Police, ex-chief or commander, year 2019, before he left, had me shot, like I said, in the right ear was something. It traveled inside my ear, up to the right side, and top of my head here. That's when the lies and everything began, and I had not been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 7 to 10 years. Lies against me about being suicidal, self-harmer, bullshit. Not true. When I am life, I am about life, and I've been trying to save mine, while being stopped every way by them bastards using that fucking scenario, which is a lie. Lies about being on drugs that I do not do. Lies about having long criminal record and history, which I do not have. Lies about long psychological record and history, which I do not have. And they're using their badges, positions, credentials, false guise of law, and doctors to charge their victims for fighting for their rights to get medical help while being stopped every step of the way. They're getting blood and piss, falsely arresting for prints, signatures, pictures, and everything else needed for framing, forgeries, trafficking, frauds, and murders which they are committing. Like I said, once again, Ontario Provincial Police, whether here or transferred, Spencer Mills, 14716, ex-chief or commander, year 2019, before leaving Napanee, Ontario, drove a white Jeep Wrangler. And as a matter of fact, I was at my previous address on Center Street when this happened. Him and somebody in a black truck, he waved at me when he went by, and it was at the lights on Bridge and Center. He waved at me, I waved back, and when I waved back, a black truck pulled up and beside him. they pointed something. The person had black hair. I didn't see their face, but they pointed something at me and shot it. That's what went into my right ear. Stalking began after that. Spencer Mills showing up at my house. David Smith from the Morning Star Mission delivering me pretty much my last meal before Spencer Mills showing up for his threats and intimidation. Stalking by Bill Wooldridge, or one known as Bill Wooldridge, a highly delusional, psychotic piece of shit that thinks that he and I were switched at birth, believes that he is my dad, and he believes that he is also Harry Potter. He was stalking my mother, him and Blair Hardy, who were using R&M on her too, and because of the high EMFs and radiation, her age gave her cancer. I spoke of this and said what was going to happen, and it did. It took her life, and it was with intent, and I will not be proven wrong, and that was done through Spencer Mills and Stacy, mental health worker, was Daily Tea Company, Napanee, now Kingston, through Billy Wooldridge and one Blair Hardy. The ones mostly that is doing this to me is Bill Wooldridge, 149 Center Street North, or was 149 Center Street North, approximately 60, bald glasses, sometimes a goatee. He was living at 34 Water Street. His last name possibly could be Delarosable. Highly psychotic, highly delusional. He's a heroin trafficker and a pedophile sex offender who used to stalk children at Tim Hortons daily at lunchtime for the o.p.p. chief or commander for sex slavery. That's right, children and adults. Children to pedophiles, adults to sex offenders, and because, like I said, the R&M that's on me enables for invasive surveillance, so what a perfect thing to have for a sex offending piece of shit that can see through a child or another person's own eyes to watch them naked 24/7. They are all a bunch of fucking perverts. Even in my sleep, I have them watching me, and as like I said, as crazy as that may sound, it is 100% true. I get electricity in the back of my head. I have a spot in the back of my head that goes completely and totally numb all the time. My fucking head goes flat to round. It's been elongated, it's been shortened, it's been widened, it's been everything in between. While being called a liar, I go to hospitals. All I would get is, I seen your file, what do you expect us to do? Or I would not be treated at all. On several occasions, having to get rushed to the hospital by ambulance and not having anything done because of bullshit lies against me. At 3 different hospitals, I have been criminally, medically, negligently denied help and treatment because of lies against me. The only thing I did was speak of police crimes, the human homeless trafficking out of the Morning Star Mission at the time, and the homeless exploitation for monetary gain. And as a result, all of this started. I am the end of my bloodline, and with this being done to me, like I said, anytime Spencer Mills, o.p.p, and anybody else involved wants to go exhume my dad's body, I'm more than happy to let you pay for it and let it happen, to prove my DNA because of what's happening to me and what has happened to me over the course of 4 years for revenge retaliation. This is how Ontario Provincial Police, what has taken place with me, this is how they traffic their victims, frame their victims, and murder their victims for revenge while using doctors, a justice of the peace that makes accusations about being high on marijuana while being sex assaulted, having testicles tortured to blood. That was done with intent to obstruct, to prevent anything legal on anyone because who it was being done to and from. On several occasions I have tried. On other occasions I have went to o.p.p, and I have video to prove it, and trying to get arrest done and not getting anywhere, being stopped every step of the way. Of course, when they're involved in these crimes and using inmates and junkies that they're harboring and using, while committing serious felony crimes including murders, identity thefts, money laundering, extortion, arrests, financial thefts and frauds, identity thefts and frauds, welfare, disability thefts and frauds, forgeries, and a lot of other crimes taking place with these pieces of shit. And they don't have to fucking prove nothing while I am being criminalized and treated like garbage and cannot do anything about it. I try to go to a hospital, I get fucking charged for it without a doctor's note. Damage is pretty much done, time has been bought. But one way or another, Bill Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne, Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, and the rest of you, and Ray LeBlanc, and the rest of you fucks who are doing this to me, you will answer and pay for it one way or another. One way or another, I will get medical help. One way or another, no threat in any way, shape, or form. I will sue every one of you fucking bastards to hell. And I will see every one of you bastards in hell for what you've done to me. And I can just imagine I am not the only one you've done this to, including torture crimes and everything else. Congratulations, Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, and the garbage you fucking own, or that own you, and the crimes you are guilty of. You will answer for this. And that is no fucking threat. And if anything more happens to me, the ones named for the cops and the others are guilty, and they have to be criminally and felony arrested and fucking charged for it as well. Well, I am being accused of a lot of fucking things to prevent me from help. Tyler fucking Lake, Jason Gimpy, Two-Step Van Alstyne. I'm 51 years old. How old are you? 25, 30, and 35, maybe to 45, Van Alstyne. You crack-fed, crackhead pieces of shit, Robert Kane, little bitch boys, and that's all you fucking little pieces of garbage are. You think my life is a fucking game? Of course you do. You think that I'm your fucking slave? You think that I'm a puppet to you little low-life garbage because of what you're doing to me and how it's being done? I'm not fucking... There's no mental illness in any way, shape, or form either. This is purely 100% criminal. No schizophrenia. I have no hallucinations, delusions. I do not hear voices. I do not think I'm somebody I'm not. So that's bullshit. One way or another, Hardy, Lake, the rest of you fucks, you will pay for this. I am Chris Wood. Lennox and Addington, Napanee, Ontario. Provincial Police, doctors, revenge, retaliation, identity theft, attempted murder victim, and they're also guilty of killing my mother and having 2 of my dogs killed, including torturing them to death while giving my last dog run cancer through R&M, using it on him as well. Ray LeBlanc and his pit bull dogs, and Tyler fucking Lake and his little pug dog were the ones that were doing it. So they're animal abusing, torturing pieces of shit as well, while they're being fucking seriously hidden and protected because they protect the cops as well. Drug-fed, money-paid garbage right here in Napanee, committing all these serious fucking crimes. And like I said, this is why they're using the homeless and the delusional garbage that they're using to be above suspicion, so they can try to get away of what they're guilty of by using badges, positions, credentials. Like I said, whether here or transferred, the ones named for the police are still guilty, along with the hospitals that have to answer for their fucking crimes while aiding them criminally and negligently with medical criminal intent for 4 years, while me proving everything. Be safe, everybody. Love all, hate none. I am not Tyler Lake. I am not fucking Blair Hardy. I'm not Billy Wooldridge. I'm not Jason Van Alstyne, you delusional garbage. And Dale Hartwick, he is also doing this for drop charges from a stabbing he committed. And his boyfriend, Tony Hearns, is aiding him as well. These bastards need to be found. They need to be arrested. And I guarantee you, I do share now with these lowlifes some sort of DNA. I 100% fucking guarantee it, as crazy as that sounds. I guarantee it. Be safe, everybody.